two different types of Unnata aerial yoga classes. One is called low hammock, and the other is called full height hammock, or sometimes we refer to it as standard height hammock. And we're not actually referring to the distance of the hammock up to the ceiling. We're really actually referring to the bottom of the hammock and the distance that is from the floor. And it's going to vary. How you want to set your hammock up is going to vary depending on your body size, basically. How to measure for you. Essentially, you want the bottom of the hammock to be away from the floor far enough that it comes up to the pubic bone. Another way to measure that, which might be an easier way for you actually, is to take your leg through the hammock and have it support you right at the back of the knee. Make sure you're not standing too far back or too far forward away from underneath the connection point. And then from there, when you press down a little bit with the leg, because sometimes the hammock stretches a bit, you want to see that your thigh bone is parallel to the floor. Now, once you start taking classes, you might find that you would like to fine-tune your setting a little bit. Maybe you want it slightly further away from the floor, slightly closer to the floor. That feels better for you. It all depends on not just preference, but body proportions too. So that's in general full height hammock classes. Now let's take a look at how to set the height for low height hammock classes or low hammock classes. Once again, this is referring to the distance of the bottom of the hammock to the floor, not the height of hammock you have, or the length of hammock you have, or the height up to the ceiling. So with our low hammock classes, we're really trying to get the hammock to hang at about knee height distance from the floor. So if I bend my knee here, it's a little easier for you to see that it's pretty much right there. The best way to measure this one, I think, is to actually step through the hammock, set it to what you think it should be, and then step through the hammock, sit down, so spread out the fabric there and sit down, and then you can, from there, see what's happening with your thigh bones. And from sitting, you essentially want to have the thigh bones be parallel to the floor as best you can. And because a lot of times we'll do things like warrior two or a lunge, right? So you want to have this so that your knee is at a right angle and not be sitting lower than that. Now for some people, they will prefer to have the hammock a little closer to the floor or maybe a little further away from the floor. It may take a few classes or a few tries, to just see what your preferences are and also what works best for your personal body proportions. But in general, low hammock means knee distance away from the floor.